What's up, guys? International Stacker back with another video, and I have an exciting one for you today on why I believe silver will win. And I guess we might as well just get into this and hit it with the whole intro. Here we go.
One stacker on a journey to find silver.
Let's go.
International Stacker.
Sorry, guys, that was impromptu, but I saw the video there. I'm like, you know what? Let's hit him with the old intro. But I'm going to tell you today why I believe silver will win. And yes, I'm hitting my desk. Did want to give a big shout out to Phoenix Gold. Phoenix Gold is sponsoring this video, and their information is in the description below. Thank you so much. It's companies like that enable me to do cool things with you all. Cool things like the... Okay, sorry about that. If you don't know what that is, I give away a ton of gold and silver, and there's rumors it's coming soon. I've given away kilos of silver, multiple in the past. So make sure to smash the like and subscribe if you're interested in that type of thing and this type of content. Remember, I am just a guy on the internet sharing my journey of collecting and hoarding and finding gold and silver around the world. So your financial decisions are yours and yours alone. Now, I want to talk a little bit about silver. Let me set the stage, and most of you know this. I know. Give me 45 seconds to set the stage on this, okay? So, silver has had really two run-ups, and silver right now is what, 24? So we're in a bit of a downtrend with silver, which is fine. I want it to go down. I want to buy more. Let's see, we're at the 1 year. Okay, so if you look at the 1 year, we're okay. We'll see what happens. We're moving sideways. Anyways, silver has hit two all-time highs. Once in 1980 and once in 2011. In 1980, it hit $49.45. But yes, that's because the hot runners run it up. Well, did they? I don't know. Yeah, some say that's a conspiracy. Whatever. We're not here to talk about that. But in 1980, it hit $49.45. If you correct for inflation, that's worth $157 of today's money. So when people say silver's going to break 100, technically it already has in the past if you're talking value. And that's why if you had a dollar in your hand pre-1964, 4 silver quarters, today it's still worth, I don't know the exact price today, but $18, $20. So when your parents say, I used to be able to do this for 25 cents, 25 cents of this time money, okay? This time actual money when it had gold and silver, and that's actually back here more. But 1980 to now, $157. Wow. 2011, we had another run up, and that's looking like it's about $44.79 or 80 cents, something like this. Today, that's worth over $56. $56. Now, if the history of silver disappeared, if all of a sudden tomorrow nobody wanted to collect the coins, it wasn't popular, blah, 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 I still believe in it, and this is why I'm heavier in silver than gold. However, I have been increasing my gold exposure in recent months, but this is why I'm a big believer in silver, because I think it has huge untapped potential. Now, in 2022, and what's the potential, IS? Clean technologies, electric vehicles. And this is a non-political video, whether you like the current administration or you don't. We all know the agenda is to, increase green technologies across not only the United States, but the world. With that being said, in 2015, over 7% of the world's annual supply, 77.6 million ounces, were used by the global industry for solar. 7%. Now, I can tell you in 2022 in California, there's a new law on the books. Well, not really new at this point, but there's a law on the books that every house, a new house in 2022, has to have solar panels. Okay? So what's my point? Is all the silver going to be consumed in solar panels? No. But silver's used in green technologies, solar panels. It's the best conductor of electricity. It's used in the medical industry. It's used in water purification, all different types of things. I'm getting somewhere, folks. Stay with me. I'm getting somewhere. All Also, the current administration has talked heavily about a big infrastructure bill, wanting to rebuild parts of the United States and do a lot of stuff around the country. What's that going to take? Material. So I pulled up this nice little video or this nice little chart here, and it has all the different types of metals, not all, but most. And it says what they're used for. So first off, I want to point you out to the metals we really are interested in, right? So silver. So solar, photovoltaic, that's solar panel. Concentrating solar, carbon capture and store. Nope, sorry. Nuclear power, yes. And that's like the cleanest power, guys. Nuclear power, by the way. Light emitting diodes, yes. Electric vehicles, yes. Okay. Now let's look around here. Let's see, copper. When we're talking infrastructure rebuilds, when we're talking green technologies, copper is an important one. It's used in wind, solar, carbon capture, nuclear power, light emitting diodes, electric vehicles, almost everything, electric motors. Oh yes, why don't we stack a bunch of silver? Copper, because gold and silver are rare. Gold and silver are limited, whereas copper is much more prevalently found. It's much more prevalent. Look, cobalt, chromium, a bunch of different metals in here. We're looking at manganese, that's used for batteries, electric vehicles a lot. What else we got in here? Nickel, steel, zinc. Okay. So what's my point in showing you these metals? I've been thinking a lot lately about other potentials to what we all want to do is make money, or if we don't want to call it money, if we're getting US dollars, make fiat currency so we can buy real money, which is gold and silver, right? But I'm really looking at several metals and wondering about the future. So silver is my number one stacker metal, the one I really believe there's a big opportunity for coming in the near future. But also gold. I think a lot of you are probably into gold if you're watching this video. It's got thousands of years of history, the best store of wealth. It's the king metal. It's the metal that the central banks around the world stack, but yet they tell you don't need it. Interesting. Do as they say, not as they do. Is that the saying there, right? Yeah. Also, it's used in high performance electronics and computers, etc. But again, copper, I'm very interested in that. I think lithium could be an important one that's used for high performance batteries, just like manganese, right? And just like cobalt. So that's some different things I'm looking at. And what's up with rare earth metals? What's going on in China? What's everyone freaking out about? Well, rare earth metals, or they're also called rare earth elements. There's chemically similar elements. Okay, so they're used for things like low energy lighting, catalytic converters, magnets for wind turbines, electric vehicles, hard drives, bunch of different stuff. So I'm a big believer of this stuff, silver. I'm a big believer in this stuff, gold. And you guys, gold and silver is not meant to be a short-term play. Gold and silver is meant to be a long-term play. It's meant to preserve your wealth and be a hedge against inflation, okay? Repeat, gold and silver is meant to be a long-term play in my mind. And I'm stacking for retirement. I'm stacking gold and silver for retirement. That means I can do many other things. If I get an opportunity to flip it and turn it into another asset, I can do that along the way. If SHTF or whatever happens, that some people think might happen. I mean, and it could on certain levels. Look at the tornadoes outbreaks we just had in Mississippi and Texas and Louisiana. Look at Texas, that ice storm, and people were emptying supermarkets. So, I mean, that's stuff to think about, guys. Anyway, sorry, I got on a tangent there. But what's my point of this? I'm looking into maybe getting into some of the stocks for mining companies. I know there's some other stackers that have spoke about this in the past. So these are the kinds of things I look at when I'm thinking, who should I look into? Who should I maybe consider? Okay. So I wanted to circle back here again to our sponsor. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to run out and buy this company. I'm not saying you should either. But I'm using them as an example, Phoenix Gold. And I do have an affinity for Phoenix because many of you know I did live in Arizona for quite some time. So what are some things I look for when I'm looking at different mining stocks and different companies around? First off, this is a smaller company. Some would call it a quote. I'm doing air quotes. Under the radar company. Its market cap is low. It's under $6 million. Another thing is their CEO and their CFO and some other associates, they own 50% of the company, which is nice because it means they have skin in the game. You know, I don't like companies where it doesn't seem like the folks have skin in the game. Particularly, they have what's going on here in Arizona. There's two claims they're working at. One's called Plumes, and one's called El Dorado. You guys remember the famous El Dorado, right? But 50% owner of this is Newmont Mining, which is the world's largest gold mining company. No, it's not Parker Schnovel. I wish it was. Okay, let's pause here. How many of you would pay $1,000 to go up to Alaska for 1 week to mine with Parker Schnovel? I would probably do it. Okay, so Parker, if you're watching, hit me up. But anyways, one of the world's largest mining companies, a 50% owner in this, which is nice. And I guess the model with this company, or at least with these claims they're looking at, is going to past producing mines, right, that were mined with old technology, and re-drilling them and expanding them with new technology to get everything that was left and all the new stuff they find surrounding it. Another reason I like this is because it's different metals, right? Different materials. They're going to be mining here. So not only gold, but this company mines in some of these mines copper and zinc, which again, copper and zinc are the best performing industrial metals when we're talking about electric vehicles and China mass producing equipment, etc., etc. What I can say is copper, and here's copper here. Copper is nearing all-time highs. It's up more than 100%. It's still below the 2017, the high in copper. It's still a bit under that, around 33, 34%, something like this. But it's still starting to increase. And again, with all the talks with the administration about infrastructure rebuilding, what do you need with your building structures, houses, anything? You need copper. So that's where my mind is. And look at this. Name a deposit. That's where my mind is when I'm looking at these type of things. I'm still trying to figure it out. Again, I don't know. But what I do know is we're in interesting times. We're in times unlike any other times, I believe, in our history. So that means I'm not just going to stay focused on my one little foxhole of silver and gold. I'm going to look for opportunities to capitalize on what I think is coming. And if we're expecting a rise in gold and silver, to me, I would also expect some sort of a decent activity in mining stocks. Now, it's totally possible that the paper market and the physical market could become totally disjointed. I mean, we've seen that in the past where premiums just go through the roof. But even for miners, if that happens, that means there's more money to be had. There's more profit to be had there when they're selling it. So I don't know. Just some thoughts off my head. What do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think. There's no electronic vehicle battery industry without copper and zinc. And this company is literally going to be mining copper and zinc. Okay? And some silver and some gold. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button. And get your claws up in the sky. Let's go! Woo! Sorry, guys, I nerded out on you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, please check it out. I promise you're going to enjoy and love it. And again, the Mega Ga is coming.
One stacker.